Rock on 2.1 KFMA. Let's get into the morning moron, shall we?
Okie dokie.
Oh, this is a good one. I have video to go along with it, which you can't see on the radio, but you will when I post this clip on the Rock on 2.1 Facebook page. This happened in Birmingham, England. Apparently, they're very strict against marijuana, which that sucks for them because I don't know. Last I checked, it's legal here, bitches.
That's
yeah.
right.
Anyways, so they raided a drug dealer's apartment last week, and it turned out he had over 40 pounds of weed in his place.
Okay.
Now, again, like 4 or 5 years ago, this story would have been shocking. You're like, oh, 40 pounds of weed? That's a lot of weed, man. Now you're like, what is that? Just leftovers from today's inventory? But he had 40 pounds of weed in his place, about 24 pot plants. So essentially, he was a homemade dispensary.
Yeah.
And when he realized the police were at his door, he panicked. Now, what are you going to do in this situation when you have 40 pounds of weed and police are knocking at your door?
Hope that toilet's big.
Exactly. Well, his toilet was not big. It was in England, so it was probably a toilet from the 18th century. So he decided to open a window on the second floor, and he just started throwing out huge handfuls of pot, right?
Wow.
Yeah. But if anything, he kind of helped the cops find the weed because a bunch of cops were outside watching the whole thing unfold. Like literally just looking up, being like, he's throwing weed out right now. And I have video that I'm going to show on the stream. So cops are just picking up the weed as it drops to the ground. And look how much weed is on the sidewalk
Oh
here,
my
Powers.
gosh. Why does he think that
I don't know.
will save the day? Oh, he's probably high.
He is probably high. Throwing out joints and everything as well.
That is
Now there was
hilarious.
a bystander filming it from across the street, cracking up at the whole thing as it was happening. Now, as he threw more weed out, it landed on the awning, but then the overflow kept falling on the sidewalk where the cops were standing. And by the end of it, there was just a huge pile of weed under his window and even more scattered on the sidewalk. And I'm surprised citizens just didn't run up like, the cash truck in California.
I saw footage of that cash truck. That was awesome.
Yeah.
That was interesting to watch.
Hell
huh?
yeah. That's like a game show.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just got to grab it up. Like one of those little bins that you stand in. And
I
they
love the
have,
money.
yeah, the
Money booth?
Yeah, the money booth. So anyways, they also found a bunch of hash oil at his place along with $8,000 cash, several weapons, including a crossbow because it is England.
Nice.
No word on the charges yet, but that is your morning moron. And it's not because he was selling weed, even though if it's illegal, that's a dumb thing to do. It's just the way he disposed of it.
Hilarious.
It is hilarious. And don't take my word for it. I'm about to post this video clip on the Rock 2.1 Facebook page so you can see it for yourself. It's hilarious. All right, let's hit the reset. We'll be back with more Beef Vegan Presents after the break. Stick around.